Panalo online yon, yung iloto online yon. So sinasabi, any online game, kailangan may permiso from the OP.
We are just on a test run po. We have to test this before having it approved. Kasi po, it would look, kung hindi naman po gumagana, pag naunaw naman po yung approval, ay medyo mahirap din naman po yan. So we have to be very clear, this is on a test run.
Exactly, precisely, definitely, absolutely, you're right. Pero, bago ka mag-test run, you should secure permission from the OP.
Here, we may furnish you, or I can lead it po. Kung gusto po ninyo, iba po yung topic ngayon, ito siya ng different topic.
Okay, go ahead, read.
The OGCC view on the web application. The OGCC recognizes the need to contract with private entities for their technical expertise and the lack of necessary technology and legal framework to effectively implement online gambling schemes and methods. The OGCC's opinion may be summarized into 3 categories relating to the compliance by PCSO to its previous opinions and areas for improvement and or compliance. Okay. PCSO's compliance. The procurement of the web-based application is within PCSO's mandate. This is according to GOCC. The PCSO complied with the promulgation of the rules and regulations of the WABP as well as the requirement of publication and posting prior the effectivity and implementation of the WABP rules. PCSO conducted stringent selection and evaluation process in selecting POSC as the proponent agent. The WABP provided safeguards and security protocols to ensure protection. The areas for improvement, Your Honor, is the board resolution authorizing Pacific Online, the company's president, to enter and sign agreement should be attached to the MOA.
So, with that letter, you are being authorized by OGCC to go ahead?
If I may, they have requirements, Mr. Chairman, and ito po yung summary ng
Hindi nga, Mr. Robles. So, yung binabasa nyo ngayon sa amin dito, in-authorize kayo ng OGCC to go ahead with Pacific Online System Corporation para doon sa Iloto project?
Ito po, to make it clear, Mr. Chair, this is just a test. Test po ang hinihingi namin ng permiso. Kasi wala naman po kaming problema to
Kaya
ask
po,
the permission of the
humingi ka ng
President.
test, pinapayagan kayo.
Meron po mga requirements sa amin and we complied with it.
So, can we see a copy of that letter? And when was it given to you?
If I may, Mr. Chair, I have it with me. Would you like me to
Kasi
read it?
dito kasi, Mr. Robles, dito sa opinion na ibinigay ng OGCC, opinion number 070 series of 2023. Okay? Makapal to, maraming pages to, pero I'll go straight to the page wherein it says here, aside from OGCC's conduct of an individual review of any contract, agreement, or arrangement of PCSO with a game proponent for the launching of an online game on an experimental test run basis, PCSO shall likewise secure the Office of the President's approval pursuant to Section 10 of the PCSO Charter.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, that is referring to a different game. Birthday panalo po yan.
We're talking about online dito. Walang sinabi dito birthday panalo. It says here, launching of new games with a game proponent as an agent on an experimental test line basis and procurement of several online betting systems or platforms. Never na minention dito ang sinasabi ninyong bingo panalo.
Birthday panalo po. Ito po yung aming sa web-based application betting platform which is specific with Pacific Online Systems dated 21 December 2023.
It doesn't matter, Mr. Robles, regardless. Sinasabi ng OGCC, any contract agreement, any contract, regardless kung yan ay birthday panalo o iloto, dito, very clear, any agreement or any contract or agreement or arrangement of PCSO with a game proponent for the launching of an online game. So yung birthday panalo, online yon. Yung iloto, online yon. So sinasabi, any online game, kailangan may permiso from the OP. Regardless, kahit na ibang game yung sinasabi mo. The fact na sinasabi ng OGCC, ulitin ko for the nth time, any contract agreement or arrangement of PCSO with a game proponent for the launching of an online game. Online yung iloto, di ba? Yung birthday panalo, online pareho. Pagbabangkay mo parehong online. So therefore, kung pareho silang online, pareho dapat may permiso sa Office of the President.
I respect your opinion, Mr. Chairman, but I'm specifically referring to the memorandum of the OGCC na contract review nila sa amin of 21 December 2023, which is much later, Mr. Chairman.
Regardless, I see what you're coming from. I understand what you're saying. Exactly. Pero again, nais kong ipa-remind sa inyo lahat dito, sa iyo especially, Mr. Robles, yung sinabi rito ng OGCC. Sabi mo, ibang laro yung hiningan nyo ng opinion. Ang hiningan nyo ng opinion ay tungkol doon sa birthday panalo. Okay, nandun na tayo. Online game. Tama. PCSO na iloto, online game din. Parehong online game. Regardless kung magkaiba sila ng hiningan nyo ng opinion. Pero the fact na it states here na online game should have the permission of the Office of the President. That you should have secured permission from the OP. I'd like to ask the opinion of Mr. Juni Kua here, the chairman of the PCSO. Mr. Kua, ano po masasabi nyo?
Well, tama naman po yung binasa ninyo kanina na kinakailangan na humingi ng permiso sa Office of the President.
I'm sorry po, sir. So, you agree with me, doon po sa nabasa ko, Mr. Kua being the chairperson of PCSO?
Well, nakita ko naman pong binasa niyo yun doon sa provision ng charter at yun din po ang pagkakaalam ko.
Thank you, Mr. Kua. Okay, Mr. Robles, ayan, pati yung chairman ninyo sa PCSO, naintindihan po yung sinasabi ko, naintindihan po yung binasa ko, very simple lang po talaga yon. Actually, pang kindergarten lang po yon. Na sinasabi rito, pag online, kailangan may permiso mula sa OP. Online po yung iloto. Sana po, kumuha kayo ng permiso sa Office of the President. Binaypas niyo po yung OP sa proyektong ito. Number 1 violation po yun. Why was it violated?
Mr. Chairman, assuming that that is correct, we are just on a test run po. We have to test this before having it approved. Kasi po, it would look, kung hindi naman po gumagana, pag naunam naman po yung approval, ay medyo mahirap din naman po yan. So we have to be very clear, this is on a test run.
Exactly, precisely, definitely, absolutely, you're right. Pero, bago ka mag-test run, you should secure permission from the OP before any move whatsoever.
Mr. Chair, again, you were referring to a different game. Yan po ang pinanggagalingan
Sir, akala ko
ko.
tapos na tayo sa different game, regardless kung anong game yung basta we're talking about online, right? Pag online, kailangan may permission from the OP, period.
Mr. Chair, if I may, I would like to read from you a memorandum from the Executive Secretary. If I may, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Upon evaluation, the PCSO is advised that it has sufficient authority as in a better position to evaluate and approve its technical guidelines on betting platforms, considering that this deals with the minimum technical specifications required for betting platforms of PCSO game, like hardware systems, architecture requirements, interface requirements, and software specifications. Finding that these are matters that will be better evaluated by PCSO as the implementing agency for its lottery games, this office defers to the PCSO's expertise on the approval of the same. Ito po rin po regarding the betting platform po, which Iloto is a betting platform, Your Honor.
So, ang ibig nyo sabihin, with that letter that you just read, and what date is that? So, pinapayagan kayo ng Executive Secretary na to go ahead at kukontrahin itong opinion ng OGCC. Kasi very clear to me, merong opinion ng OGCC, ngayon naglalabas ng opinion ang Executive Secretary na sabi na upon your discretion, para i-simplify ko na lang, na pwede kayong mag-decide na mag-enter into a project such as online gaming na kumukontra sa opinion ng OGCC. So ibig sabihin, yung Executive Secretary pumaparing na sa inyo at pinapayagan na kayo na i-bypass itong nakalagay dito sa opinion ng OGCC.
I think, Mr. Chairman, we're referring to two different opinions. So, as far as we're concerned, hindi po namin we're not going against the opinion of the OGCC.
No, sir. The opinion of OGCC is very simple. Pinapalawak lang po natin. We're talking of online here, sir. Online lang po. Huwag na natin ibahin pa. Online lang. It's the same animal. Yung birthday panalo and iloto, online din yun, sir. Wala tayong pinagkaiba dito. Kasi ang sinasabi niyo po, may binabasa kayong sulat na wala po akong kopya niyan, na parang sinasabi ng Executive Secretary, if I read it right, kung tama yung pagkabasa ko, na pinapayagan kayo, is your discretion na gumawa ng anumang klaseng project na pwedeng kasama na dyan yung online betting, kayo nang bahala gumawa ng mga paraan sa technicalities and all, pinapayagan na kayo ng Executive Secretary. And I don't know kung nabasa ba ng Executive Secretary itong opinion ng OGCC. Sana, pinadalhan nyo si Executive Secretary ng opinion. Sir, nagbibigay ka ng opinion yan, pero may opinion ng OGCC. Pinagbanggan nyo sana. Siguro baka hindi siguro nabasa ito ng Executive Secretary, kasi kung nabasa ito ni ES, then he might not have issued that kind of letter. Kasi kung ako sa Executive Secretary at pinabasa mo sa akin to, ba't pa ako mag-issue ng sulat ng ganon? Sabi ko, hindi ko babanggain yung OGCC. Kasi sigurado ako si ES, he'll make sure na talagang nagko-confront tayo sa lahat ng mga patakaran, sa lahat ng mga protocol sa departamento ng executive.
If I may, Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
yung birthday panalo po is a game. Yung pong iloto is a betting platform. Malaki pong pagkakaiba yun, Mr. Chairman. So, hindi ko pwedeng referring to the same po yun eh.
Ito po, sir, ano? Philippine Charities, meron mo ba kayong kopya nito? Opinion number 070 series of 2023. I would presume you have a copy of this. April 19, 2023. Ito po. For attention, Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office, Melquiades A. Robles, kayo po ito, General Manager, regarding, ito na po, launching of new games with a game proponent as an agent of an experimental test run basis. Ito na nga po yun, test run basis. Sinabi niyo na po kanina yun. Page 5. In accordance with the contract on PCSO service providers, Philippine Gaming Management Corporation and Pacific Online Systems Corporation binanggit. Di ba? Binanggit dito yung Pacific Online was online. Itong Pacific Online, ito po yung test run ninyo sa iloto. Doon po sa birthday panalo, Pacific din ho ba ang provider?
Hindi po, Your Honor. And it's just a proposal po.
Exactly. So, doon sa birthday panalo, sinasabi mo kanina, ini-insist yung magkaiba. Hindi pala Pacific yon. Pacific ang binimension dito.
Po yan, yung dati pong provider po yan. You have to understand po na dati po dalawang provider po ang PCSO.
No, sino bang ang current provider?
Mr. Chairman, if I may, we have the lotto, the lottery, ano po, yung the over-the-counter lottery. Ito po, meron pong dating PGMC tsaka POSC. So in that context po, para maintindihan natin, ngayon po pinag-isa na yan under one joint venture. So para po ma-mention nila yan, it was a long time ago po yan. Kaya nga po sinasabi ko, we are guided by the more recent one. Ito nga pong memorandum na sinasite ko on the web application-based program. So yung PLS na po ngayon yan sa lottery namin, Philippine Lottery System. Kaya hindi na nga po kasama yung PGMC and the POSC on the traditional, on the usual over-the-counter Kaya po, we really have to be specific kung ano ang hiningi namin ng opinion. Kasi magkakasala-salabat po yan. Iba po ang context, yung backdrop po ng sinasabi nyo na yung sa birthday panalong hinihingi namin.
Precisely. I see what you're saying. I know where you're coming from. But you should understand, ito pong sulat ng OGCC na ipinadala sa inyo, I hope you have a copy of this. Very clear po. Plain and simple. Ulitin ko po, paulit-ulit na tayo dito para mas maintindihan natin. Regarding launching of new games with a game proponent of an agent on an experimental test run basis. Yan na yung iloto.
Your Honor, if I may, iloto po is not a new game. Existing na po ang loto natin. Yan po yung,
We're talking about the experimental electronic lotto.
it's a betting platform, Your Honor.
Betting platform, we're talking about e-lotto, electronic betting. It's a betting platform but still covered yun ng opinion ng OGCC. You know, Mr. Robles, the reason nang gagaliti ako rito because nakatanggap ako ng maraming complaint. The last time you weren't here kasi, I talked to several lotto agents, yung betting stations. Marami sa kanila mga OFWs, mga retirees. Nag-invest sila, bumuo sila ng pera doon.
5, page 23 of the contract review 2404, it is PCSO was reminded that most importantly, the requirement under PCSO charter requiring prior approval from the Office of the President to undertake a mobile or online betting platform
Yun.
should be observed, Your Honor.
Exactly. Thank you. Game over. Two opinions, Mr. Robles, na dapat humingi kayo ng permiso from the Office of the President. Now, meron kang binasa noon, sulat from the ES. Maaaring nga legit yung sulat din, although hindi ko nabasa. And I'm not gonna argue with you, hindi ko kontrahin yung sulat na pinadala sa iyo. Siguro, kaya nag-issue ng ganong sulat si ES saying na okay lang, now, you'll go ahead with that, sapagkat, with that project, sapagkat hindi nyo pinakita to kay ES, itinago nyo ito kasi kung pinakita nyo to kay ES will say, hey, wait a minute. Maghukas kamay siya, ayokong gumawa ng kung ano mang opinion na gusto nyo gawin ko, usulatin ko, sabihin ko, I'm not gonna do that because ayokong kontrahin ang OGCC. Magbabanggaan ang OGCC at saka ES. At I'm sure ES is a very smart person. Hindi siya magpapadalos-dalos. To his credit. Now, number 2, 14% commission during the test. Number 2, doon muna tayo sa, you're only allowed 6 months. Pero, pinilit yung gawing 1 year, yung test run. Mr. Robles.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Tayo ko na po, Mr. Robles. Dito, OGCC cited, while the determination of the experimental test run period of an online game rests upon the sound discretion of the PCSO board, it is noted that a period of 1 year may be already long enough to ascertain the operability, acceptability to the public, and economic and financial viability of the online game. Thus, it is recommended that the experimental test run period thereof be reduced from 1 year to 6 months, more or less. Sabi po ng OGCC dito, na dapat kung test run, ang pinag-uusapan, 6 months lang. Eh, ginawa niyo pong 1 year. At inilagay niyo po dito sa Memorandum of Agreement with Pacific Online. Again, that's another violation.
Your Honor, as you have said, we are in the best position as the same opinion cited. And ito naman po ay is from the experience of the collective memory, the institutional memory of PCSO. So while it is a recommendation, the management of PCSO, those who have been here for more than 30 years, thinks otherwise and that it should be taken as 1 year, Your Honor.
Yes, I understand. Again, Mr. Robles, hindi kita kontrahin dyan. pinapalabas nyo, mas marami kayong kaalaman kaysa sa mga taga-OGCC. Okay? So yun ang pinapalabas mo. However, humingi ka ng opinion sa OGCC, binigyan kayo ng opinion na hinihingi ninyo. Regardless, kasi kung kayo po mga eksperto dyan, then hindi na dapat kayo humingi ng opinion sa OGCC. Pag hindi ka humingi ng opinion sa OGCC, then pag kayo pumalpak, mayayari kayo. But anyway, having said that, dito sinasabi ng OGCC, you must reduce the contract from the test run from 1 year to 6 months. They were asking you. They were asking you. Sana po, sinunod nyo yung request. Yung hini-request sa inyo.
Mr. Chairman, hindi pa nga po nagsisimula yan eh. Yung birthday panalo. That is pertaining again to birthday panalo.
No, tapos na po tayo sa birthday panalo. We're talking here of the iloto po. Bumabalik po kayo doon sa napapakamot tuloy ng ulo si Mr. Kua. Kasi nga po, umiikot-ikot tayo rito. Pinaikot niyo po ako. Kaya napapapakit, na-stress na si Mr. Kua. Naputi na yung buhok niya. Mr. Kua, okay ka lang po, sir? Gusto niyo pong tubig?
Okay lang po. Meron naman akong tubig dito.
Okay. Ayoko naman po, sir, magbumukha lang kayong dekorasyon dito. Parang flower base. Would you like to say something? Gusto niyo po, meron ba kayong gusto sabihin? Unless kung gusto niyo, you want to remain silent? Is there anything that-
Wala na po. At
Okay. So again, tatanungin ko na lang po kayo. Now, dito po sa sinabi ng OGCC, the experimental test run period must be reduced from 1 year to 6 months. And they're referring dito sa iloto. Hindi naman dito ni-refer nila yung birthday panalo. Am I right, Mr. Kua?